What is good, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We have seen Nike over the last year retro some pretty unknown sneakers from their archives, and one of the best ones, not just in my opinion, but based on just how popular they are, has been the Air Max SNDR, a cross-trainer shoe from the late 90s, which Nike has brought back in big, bold colors so far. Now, while most of those pairs have been really good, the two that I'm gonna talk about in this video are on another level, and those are these two. These are some of the nicest general releases we've seen from Nike this year. And in this video I will be reviewing the Air Max SNDR in the Obscura and the Burgundy Crush colorway. So quickly before we begin, make sure you are subscribed to the channel and also hit that like button on this video. It really does help me out and pushes the video to other people on YouTube. And most importantly, make sure you are following me on Instagram. I'm posting content on there daily, posting my outfits and my latest pickups on there. And of course, I respond to every one of you who DM me, so make sure you follow me. So first, let's start off with the Air Max SNDR in this Obscura colorway. Now, if you're watching from North America, you're probably thinking, what are those? How come I haven't seen those anywhere? Well, that's because these were a pretty limited general release. They weren't available in North America or Asia. They weren't even available in all of Europe. These were a Nordic exclusive colorway. So basically just the sneakers app in Europe, as well as some Nordic retailers such as Sneakers and Stuff, Très Bien, and a few others managed to get these, making them almost as limited as a collab. So they're definitely not easy to get if you're outside of these countries. And retailers in Europe are not allowed to ship Nike and Jordan products outside of the EU, so it is quite difficult if you're trying to get these for retail. However, the prices right now on StockX and some other platforms, these aren't going for all that much above retail, so you should be able to get a pretty good price for them. And according to Nike, this colorway on the sneaker was inspired by the Nordic winters, which combines natural shades with a jet black sole. The upper on the sneaker has almost like an eggshell color. It's like a light grayish white. I'm wondering if they were going for that typical gray sky look that you normally see in this part of the world. This colorway combination on the shoe, I just think it looks excellent. Like, you can't go wrong when you're combining these tones. We've seen this similar combination of like white and black on those CDG SNDRs from a couple of years ago, which did retail for a much higher price than this. And honestly, I think this Obscura colorway looks just as nice. Absolutely love the mini swoosh on this shoe. So you actually get a metal mini swoosh here. It's not those typical embroidered swooshes you see on the SNDRs, and it's done in that gunmetal gray finish. I think it looks sick on this colorway. And what's not that visible but you have to see up close is that you'll notice on the upper there's some kind of graphical pattern as well, which according to Nike was directly inspired by the Northern Lights. The design is quite subtle on this upper. You won't really notice it unless you're looking at the shoe up close. From afar, this still looks like a very clean two-tone sneaker. The laces that come with this pair, you get the standard black flat laces, and it's interesting to me how some pairs of the Air Max SNDRs come with no laces and others do come with laces. For example, those Gore-Tex colorways that dropped last month, those had no laces. You simply just had the zipper on there. And honestly, after seeing those Gore-Tex pairs, I don't understand the purpose of the laces, especially because when you're going to be wearing this shoe, you will be hiding the laces underneath that upper. I don't really think they add much functionally, to be honest. You also don't really get any extra laces with this pair, so it's just the black ones. I personally just love how the SNDRs look on feet. They're such a sleek looking shoe. They're not too bulky. They have an edge to them. They have like a futuristic look to them. It's one of the more interesting looking Air Max models. And I did say this in my review of the Gore-Tex pairs. I noticed that the air cushioning at the back of these just feels like it has a bit more like give, like it's a bit more low pressure, which I personally like. I think it feels good. It's a very comfortable shoe overall. The only thing is with sizing, unlike with most Air Max models, you can't really go true to size in this pair. They do fit quite narrow, so I would suggest going a half size up. I got these in a men's 11.5, which is a woman's 13, and I normally would wear a men's 11 in almost every other Nike shoe, including the Dunks, the Air Max 1s, Jordan 1s, Air Max 90s, Jordan 3s, pretty much all of them. But with these do fit tight, so I would suggest going a half size up, especially if you have wide feet. I would even suggest trying out this shoe at a full size up. Do let me know in the comments what are your thoughts about this Air Max SNDR in the Obscura colorway. In my humble opinion, this is maybe the cleanest pair of the SNDRs we've seen drop so far. And then moving on to the next pair, wow. Like guys, These are too nice. This unbelievably beautiful looking pair is the Burgundy Crush colorway of the Air Max Thunder. The first time I actually saw this was when I was in Korea last month. The shoe seemed to have released early over there. I was at Comme des Garçons Seoul. I posted this on my Instagram stories and you guys were going crazy. You guys were saying this is the nicest Thunder you've seen. And personally, I completely agree with that take. This is my favorite colorway of the Thunders that have dropped so far. They released early in Asia and some stores in the US seems to have got them already, and in Europe it seems like the official release date for these will be December the 6th. So look for a wider release, and unlike the other colorway, I don't think this one's going to be too hard to get. They will be releasing everywhere in big quantities, so you should be able to get them. One unfortunate thing with the Thunders is that Nike seems to be releasing all of them as women's sneakers, which means that the bigger men's sizes are a bit harder to get and they're not as widely available. So the bigger sizes, you might notice even on StockX, they are selling for a bit more resale price. So that's why I don't suggest sleeping on them. When they do drop, make sure you get them if your size is available. But enough of all that, let's get into the shoe and admire this pretty sick colorway. So they have combined two tones here, giving it a gradient finish. The front half of the sneaker is done in this very rich blue color, like a light blue color, and then it merges into this burgundy crush color towards the heel of the shoe. Not really two colors that I would think really go together, but somehow works really well here. This is also the first time we have seen Nike apply this gradient effect to the Thunders, and it really makes me wonder why they don't do that more often, because I think it just looks sick on this model. This sneaker to me doesn't even look like a regular Nike release. It gives me more of like a custom vibe, like a sneaker customizer actually made these. Check out the bottoms on this too in that blue color. That looks pretty awesome as well. Once again, this pair as well does come with some laces. You get the burgundy laces here, but of course I will be tucking them in underneath the upper. The swoosh on this one, so it doesn't have that metal swoosh like you saw on the Obscura. It does have a swoosh which has been sewn onto the shoe, done in that blue. The retail price on this pair, by the way, is 20 euros cheaper than the Obscura, so it's possible that the other pair had that metallic swoosh and a few other more details because it was more of a premium shoe. You might think that this is a difficult shoe to style because of the rather loud colors, but I actually think this shoe works really well with some darker tones, especially brown tones, like a dark brown. I think these colors go really well with if you're wearing that type of outfit. From a sizing point of view, they fit exactly the same as all the other Thunders, so like I said, go half a size up from your true size. Doing that, I think, leaves you just the right amount of room in the toe box, and there's really no heel slippage either. It is unfortunate that this pair nor the Obscura colorway is done with that Gore-Tex membrane, because I would love to have that, especially in the fall and winter time. Oh, and I also forgot to mention this earlier, but all of these TPU pods here you see around the shoe, they all have a 3M finish to it, and it's very visible. I legitimately think this is really one of the best Nike retro models that they have put out in the last few years. I do want to hear your thoughts in the comments. What do you guys think about the Thunders? When those initial colorways dropped, like the gold one and the pink one, I wasn't really feeling them too much, but now when you see what they're capable of doing with this model, now I am a lot more excited about them. Like, these colors I think are the best two we've seen so far. So once again, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think about this pair. Thank you guys so much for watching me, for supporting my channel. I really appreciate each and every one of you that click on my videos. Don't forget once again to follow me on Instagram. That's where I'm the most active, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace.